Hello, my beautiful rock stars. It's your girl Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from Life is Rocqi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe and help me get monetized. All right. So today in my Manifest Realities Happiness coaching, I am going to be going through some reflections and life work for you all. Okay, so let me give some backstory as to the premise of where this information is coming from. So in 2020, I became a graduate of the Advocate Training Program of Sisters Mentally Mobilized within California Black Women's Health Project. So within that, I was trained to facilitate sister circles. So I had done some trauma trainings with them. I was a part of their holiday sister circle as well as a grief and loss sister circle. But last year, at the same exact time, actually, I was able to facilitate an 8-week sister circle of my own creation called Reflection and Check-In Sister Circles. And each week had a different topic, and the whole sister circle has guided meditations, it has a check-in, it has the reflection topic as well as some skills training, and then the life work exercises as well as a checkout. So it's a lot more encompassing, and then we have multiple sisters within that, so we can share our experiences with each other, learn from each other, that kind of thing. So that was an 8-week sister circle last year. I will be uploading courses so you can do it at your own pace at some point. So please click the link in my description box below for my website so you can subscribe to my email list so you know when those courses come out. But for right now, I was like, might as well give y'all some free content, but I can't give you the whole thing. You got to sign up for more. And if you are on the West Coast time, also sign up to my email list to know when I'll be doing more free sister circles as well. I hope after my maternity leave that I can, yes, my maternity leave, woo! I can do a sister circle on Black maternal health, so stay tuned for that. But all right, so let's get into today's topic. Ain't I a woman? Okay, so please check out my previous videos, my journey to becoming a homemaker, as well as what will you teach your daughters about Black womanhood, because that definitely was my journey to how I came up with this topic, because I really was like, what does it mean to be a Black woman? So that is the question, right? The question or the reflection topic is, ain't I a woman? Coming from Sojourner's Truth's question in relation to white women fighting for rights. And it's like, bruh, Black person over here, I'm also a woman. But yeah, so the question is, what does it mean to be a Black woman? What all encompasses it? So as I go through these questions, I want you to take some time to reflect on them. So pause the video, get pen and paper, take notes on your phone, and really assess, what does it mean, right? Let's actually come up with some examples, some definitions, so we can have more of an understanding of what it means to be a Black woman. Because what I found, and I've said this in my previous videos, is that there is tons of literature and resources on Black manhood. And that's because the absence of Black fathers showed how beneficial Black manhood is, whereas the Black woman was always there, so there's not as much analysis on it. So I really wanted to break down culture. And again, what does it mean culturally to be a Black woman? Okay. So again, I'm going to say some of these. I'm going to go through it all, and then I'm going to come back and say what I think are some examples. So again, pause, take notes, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right, so what are our character traits, our experiences, our culture, whether that's music, movies, dance, food, etc.? What roles do we have? What about our hair, our dress or attire? our communication style, our body language, our mannerisms, our bodies, our struggles, our greetings and sayings, our intersectionalities. Okay? So, again, pause it, run it back, see what your thoughts are, and let me know in the comments below. As far as me and my thoughts, so character traits, I would definitely say strong. I mean, that's the first one that comes to mind, you know. But the second one that comes to mind is nurturer. Okay? Like those two. And that's the thing, when we talk about Black womanhood and what it means to be a Black woman, a lot of our struggle comes up, but it's like we are not solely our struggle. And then if we're imagining a future of Black womanhood without the struggle, what does that even look like, right? So while our strength is a benefit, it can sometimes be a hindrance. And check out next week's video of a superwoman syndrome. But our strength is a thing. Like we're able to hold our families together through the most trying times, and that is a sign of strength. And then just looking at who we are as Black women, we are the Black mothers are the mothers of the world. We birth the world, and that's a sign of strength, of our DNA, of our wombs, and that's nothing to be ashamed of or look down upon. But then also, yeah, we're nurturers. We care for the people that we love, for our community, and we're starting to care for ourselves, thank goodness. You know, so, and to feel the love of a Black woman, a big mama, you know, it is something very powerful. So those are the first two that pop off the top of my head. Experiences. So you could look at it as solely within the Black family. You could look at it as in the educational system, because Black women are getting these degrees left and right. You could look at it as travel. A lot more Black women are traveling abroad now. You could look at it as Black women in the corporate or STEM fields. So there's a lot of different ways you can just look at the experiences of Black women. We're very diverse in that. Culture. Music, and again, the thought process for me was, what am I going to teach my Black daughter about Black womanhood, right? So for music, definitely Beyonce. Like I mean, come on. Like she's for the culture. You know, you got to talk about her. But Bills, and Independent Woman did a little damage. So I do want to be able to break down the lyrics of some of those songs. But definitely she has empowering music for women. So definitely Beyonce, hands down. There's a lot more in the culture of Black womanhood throughout music, but immediate, come on now. Let me know your thoughts. Movies. This was an interesting thing, because movies would be like Waiting to Exhale or Girls Trip, something that centered women. Not necessarily, like Waiting to Exhale was centering women and our connection with each other in relation to men. Girls Trip, a little bit of that too. A lot of that bit too. But it also had some nuances like work and children and stuff like that. So what is our connection with each other? There's not a lot of movies that is just based on like us being with each other, you know? And that's one thing I realized when I was going into these sister circles. I was like, it feels good to just be in a space with Black women. Like we can let our guard down and just be with each other, you know? And for TV shows, I would definitely say Girlfriends, obviously. But yeah, we need more representation of us being with each other, you know? Like, love Black men, but sometimes Black women just need to be with other Black women, you know? Dance. I love the way we move our hips. Yes. And as much as they try to shame us, that connects us to our womb, our sacral chakras, and to the ancestors, baby. Don't sleep, okay? Food, you know, we get down in the kitchen, all right? Now, yes, that usually meant soul food, but as we are broadening our horizons, we're also, going into veganism and vegetarianism and opening up what food could look like, but we still throwing it down. For those of us who do, a lot of us are no longer able to cook. So, and I definitely think that's generational. Like if your mom didn't know how to cook, didn't teach you how to cook, then you don't, type of thing. Also, convenience. We have fast food. We have DoorDash. We have meal delivery services. So there's a lot more options than back in the day having to know how to cook, because that was one of the roles we had as unemployed laborers, But Southern comfort food is soul food, okay? They got that from us, all right? We put our foot in our food because we like to eat shit. And I'm about to go on a tangent, but slave food, come on now with it. First of all, if you look at the diaspora and also indigenous cultures, you eat the whole animal. So while, colonizers may have thought of it as the parts that they didn't want or the trash parts of an animal, we were used to eating other parts of the animal, such as the oxtail, such as the cow tongue. Like we were used to eating those things. So let's nix the slave food and just understand that we were doing what we knew. All right. And because we also were gardening and using our own vegetables and stuff and combining with the ingredients that were native to the Americas, as well as learning some of the indigenous food culture, we were making it do. Okay, it's bomb ass food. Go to the National Museum of African American History and Culture and learn something. Okay, all right. The roles we have. So definitely, obviously, mother, wife. Those have taken up a lot of our identity. And I would say, again, we're coming into the self-care movement and things like that. So we're starting to remember ourselves within those roles. And I think that's very important. Because it's not, being a mother and being a wife isn't all of who we are, nor should we sacrifice ourselves for those roles. Okay. Our hair. Yes. I'm sorry, India Irie, but our hair tells a story, tells a journey, not only of our individual selves, but of us as a people, as Black women. Our hair is significant. Even if we don't have hair, it's still significant. It still tells a story. It's still part of us. It's still part of our connection with each other. Doing each other's hair. I can't wait to have my daughter and I get to do her hair and have my woman partner and have her grease my scalp. It's very bonding and just, yes, our hair is a big part of us, and that's okay. Dress and attire, definitely diverse in that people have different styles. My style is revolutionary hippie. So yeah, it's very diverse in that. Communication style. Now it's interesting. I was watching something the other day and it was like a Black queer man, and they say like who started some of them, like, yes, queen, is that Black women? Is that Black queer men? Or Black queer men getting it from Black women? Or Black women getting it from Black queer men? I have no idea who started it. It was Black, of course. But that's definitely part of our communication style for sure. Something definitely needs to be assessed. I don't know the history of, again, who started, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Body language. Stereotypically, we are known for the neck roll, okay? I just think in addition to the rhythm and the way we speak, we also have a rhythm in the way we move. And ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Okay? And that also goes with the mannerisms as well. I talk with my hands. Now, that's not just reserved for Black women. Black men do that too. But, that's definitely a thing. Mm-hmm. My husband is coming out of his room, so he might appear on the video. Our bodies, yes, from our hips to our lips, to our thighs, to our breasts, to our wombs. Yes. And for me, I've been reconnecting and reattuning to my body because we've lost generational knowledge thanks to the colonizers. And we've had a lot of trauma to our bodies as well. So there's been a lot of shame, a lot of silence, a lot of secrecy, and I'm taking it back. I'm especially for my daughter. Like, I want us to have a good relationship with our bodies and have a good perspective of our bodies as well. And that goes into taking care of our bodies, learning about hygiene. Why was I just learning about how to take care of my vaginal health as an adult? Come on now. Like, bruh. So yeah, we doing something different with the next generation, okay? Our struggles, it's a part of the conversation as a Black American. It is. If you're in the diaspora with some other colonizers, it's a part of it. Colonizers did a number. So yeah, it is a part of it, but it's not all of who we are. Okay. Greetings and sayings. So one of the things that was popular on social media was like saying, "Okay, polka dots," when you're giving somebody a compliment. And it's like, you don't even need to say, you're just saying what you it's the tone, it's the inflection. I love it. I love us. So yeah, let me know if you know of like particular greetings and sayings that we do say to each other. I think that I don't like recall certain ones. It's just, them when you hear them type of thing. And shout out to Grown Up Black hashtag for showing a lot of who we are as well. And then intersectionalities. I am a non-Christian, queer, polyamorous Black woman. Okay. So sometimes there's stuff within the Black community where I'm not seen, heard, respected type of thing. And we have to remember that there is still diversity within Black womanhood. Okay. All right. So now for the life work. Time to apply this shit. Okay. And again, this is some of the things that I was doing to prepare for my daughter. Because again, I wanted to be aware and reflective of what I was actually teaching her. And life work is something that I came up with within my business, Manifest Realities Happiness Coaching. Link in the description box below. And it actually came from one of my therapy clients when I was practicing. It was one of my kiddos. And I was giving her homework. And she was like, "This isn't homework. This is life work. This applies to life." And I'm like, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna take that. So yeah, this is the life work. So if you actually want to have a more enriched life, homework is just for the grade. It's just for the test. Life work is about your life. So it's up to you if you want to do it. But here we go. So again, stop the video, pen and paper, take notes on your phone. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what your answers are. But this is something for you to just understand within yourself as far as what your thoughts are on this. Identify what your mothers, sisters, aunts, grandmothers, Black women in your life and in the media taught you about womanhood. Consider the messages, the examples, and the lessons. Identify what you would teach or have taught your daughter or daughters about womanhood. Consider rites of passage. Identify what your ideal future Black women would be like. Consider the best versions of ourselves from a place of healing and growth. Don't that feel good, y'all? To just imagine that world. But yes, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, I'm curious to see what it means to be a Black woman to you and what you've been shown Black womanhood is. Okay? And if you had to imagine a future of what it will be. Yeah. But all I can say is I love being a Black woman, and I wouldn't be anybody else. You heard me? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, share. We need to have these conversations, and take care of you. Peace and love.